Unfortunately, some members of the media
use their platforms to push their own personal bias. To push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
What are you, Abde? Let's see. You're a human being, huh? Are you sure? Because you look like an alien. Just joking with you. Where's you watching, Speed? Anyway, Abde, what are you after being a human being?
Muslim.
You're Muslim, right? And you're from where? And where else? What is it? Palestine, right? Palestine is our land, right? It's our country, right?
השתוללו בטנטור היה משהו נורא. טנטור היה כפר עשיר, בתים יפים, גרים כמו אירופאים, אתה יודע, וגם אנשים היו לבושות ויפה, ובאמת היה כפר אחד, אנס שם איזה ילדה בת 16, משהו כזה, אתה מבין? אבל זה מכוער מאוד, היה לנו בחור אחד ונפטר, הוא היה פרא אדם, הוא לקח פשוט מאוד, ורצח אותם בתוך המכלאות. בתוך המכלאות, הם היו במכלאות, אתה יודע, חוטי ברזל כאלה, עגולים כאלה, אספו כל הגברים. הם יושבים שם, כל העם, על הרצפה, ובא בישור, ולוקח תת מקלע, ומתחיל זה, מחליף מחסנית, מה אתה חושב זה? אבל אנחנו לא היינו כאלה. הוא היה יוצא דופן, הבחור הזה, כן, מה שהוא עשה. והשתיקו את הדבר הזה, והיו חבר'ה שלקחו את הלוויורים, ורדפו אחרי חבר'ה ושרפו אותם. זה היה משהו זוועתי, וזה אסור לספר, אני לא אדבר על זה, כי זה יכול להיות סקנדל שלם מהעניין הזה. אני לא רוצה לדבר על זה, וזהו.
3-4 חודשים הראשונים הייתי רוצח.
מה זה אומר?
אני לא לקחתי שבויים. בזמן קרב, אם מישהו ירים ידיים, משהו כזה, לא לקחתי שבויים. זה זעזע אותי עד כדי כך, לא יכלתי לעבור לסדר היום. אם היה עומדת כיתה של זה, עם ידיים למעלה, אז באותו יום הייתי רואה אותי, הייתי קוצר את כולם, עד כדי כך.
כמה אתה חושב אנשים הרגת ככה?
לא ספרתי. אני לא יכול לדעת בחיי. היה לי מקלע עם 250 כדורים. ותראה, יריתי, נלחמתי כולם. אני לא יכול לספור.
Taking an example, a city called Königsberg, which had been a German oppression city for 1,000 years, and the Russians captured it during the Second World War. And they just ethnically cleansed every single German, sent them packing, killed some of them, and sent hundreds of thousands of ethnic Russians to live in Königsberg, which isn't even near Russia. They just ethnically cleansed every single German.
Hey guys, welcome back to Extremely Annoyed. So, you guys know what's going on in Palestine. Genocide, death, murder. Their homes being blown to pieces in Gaza. Palestinian people are suffering. The Israeli terrorist state has been relentless with the bombing. And in fact, even now, telling to evacuate and to go to certain places, they would go there and those places will be targeted. They are obviously trying to commit ethnic cleansing of Gaza, of the Palestinian people in Gaza. And that's so obvious, and it's crazy to me how much people out there are supporting this. You know, because we have Palestinian supporters, you know, or protest against this genocide that's clearly being committed on the Palestinian people in Gaza. And we have this other side trying to justify it. Oh, they killed babies. What the fuck, who killed those babies? Hamas did. What the fuck does the Palestinian civilians have to do with anything? But they're trying to justify it because Hamas uses a human shield. Like how? Do they take a child and tell them, hey, grab this missile that's coming towards us so I can be saved or some shit? Like, they're all gonna die. I mean, you know, the fact that at first the Israeli government admitted to blowing up the hospital immediately after attacks of October 7th, which is a tragedy. I don't think anybody will deny that fact. It is an absolute tragedy. It's horrific. It's unjustifiable. In no way anyone will justify that. But they're trying to justify the killing of thousands of people. And an example of that is the blowing up of the hospital. Immediately after the attack, they blew up a hospital with over 1,400 people, killing over 1,400 people in the hospital. And their justification is that Hamas uses them as human shield. And they, again, to further justify blowing up the hospital, which is now they kind of like retracted from. They first admitted to it. Now they're saying no, we didn't do it. Hamas did it. It's bullshit. Which is insane, because they also said, "Oh, we told them to evacuate the hospital. We told them to evacuate it," as if they left the hospital, they were able to successfully leave the hospital. The ill, the cancer, the freaking paralyzed, whoever were in the hospital, the thousands of people that are in the hospital were somehow able, to gather resources like cars and whatever they needed to evacuate and to leave the hospital so it could be blown to pieces. Why would you think Hamas would stand back and also be blown to pieces? It doesn't make sense. Oh, you're leaving, guys? Should we just stay around to get killed? Like, what is the fucking logic behind that? And they're not even trying their best to lie to you. They're trying their very least. They're not being creative at all. They think that you're just going to accept it and stand by them as you did. Many people have for so long. But thank God for the internet. Thank God for TikTok. Thank God for independent journalism. The truth is coming out. They're realizing who are the true oppressors, who are the real terrorists. And that is the Israeli government, the IDF. And they have been committing this atrocities for years. In fact, Hamas is only taking a page out of their books. They're doing exactly what's been done to their people from the very beginning. Okay, and they're learning this killing of innocent people and killing babies and children and whatever from Israel, because they've been doing it for over 70 years to the Palestinian people and still are doing it. So this no way justifies Hamas. In no way am I justifying it. Both should be equally condemned. But an argument can be made for Hamas as a resistance against their occupiers, against these oppressors, because their people have been suffering by the hands of this Israeli state, this terrorist state, in fact, for years. So the actions is not justifiable. The argument can be made, though, that has some I can't pronounce this fucking word for some reason. It has more concrete or more merit or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the other word. This, the V word that I'm trying to use here. Then Israel committed their actions. Listen, Israel has broken so many international laws, not just in recent weeks, but for years. They have broken law after law. In fact, last year, the ambassador of Israel in the UN ripped apart a report of all the humanitarian laws that they have broken, saying it's anti-Semitic because you're focusing so much on us. What the fuck? What? What? That's crazy. That's insane. That is insane. Whatever you do is anti-Semitic if you criticize Israel. If you criticize their actions and their atrocities and their crimes, it is anti-Semitic. It's absolutely insane to me. And the people are silent about it. Governments are silent about it. They are allowing it to happen. So people are tired of it. They're tired of the bullshit. And again, as I was saying about again, I can't pronounce the freaking word, of Hamas, is because, again, they're the result of an occupied state. They're the result of the mistreatment of their people. They are a resistance, though their actions is terrorism, because they are targeting civilians, which is unjustifiable. Yet, you find Israel, this government, this very powerful government with a powerful military, trying to justify the killing of thousands of innocent people. It's insane to me. And another point that I wanted to make, because, Hamas has hostages. If you blowing up Hamas, you care nothing about the hostages? If you're blowing up Gaza, you clearly are being reckless and blowing up where you believe Hamas is. They're in this hospital. You blew it up. So you want to kill the hostages? They probably did kill the hostages. Who knows? They killed so many people. It's crazy. They probably even killed the hostages. In fact, they even said their first priority is to wipe out Hamas. Take out Hamas. They mean to wipe out Gaza off the map, because that's what they're doing. They're targeting civilians. That's what's happening. So their first priority is to kill Palestinians and not to take care and bring back their citizens. You can see their intentions. Their intentions is loud and clear. They just want to commit genocide, which they have been committed. Not as publicly as they're doing now. I mean, it is actually, in fact, it is publicly, but people cared less because they controlled the narrative. They lied multiple times. Their lies was always exposed. 1,000 times. You could go and research it yourself. They lied so many freaking times. The fact there's Israeli officials and Israeli supporters even would say things like, oh, in 2005 they took out civilians from Gaza and their military and they allowed the Palestinian people right away, continuously attacking Gaza right away. They only took out those people so they can just blow Gaza to smithereens, off the map, which they're doing, and now they're being very successful at it. They're almost done. Like thousands of people are dying. And they are being pushed all the way to the corners, which they still being attacked. They're going exactly what Israel, this terrorist state, is telling them to go. They're complying, and they're still being attacked. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane that the people out there who are trying to justify this. There are people out there who still siding with this genocide. It's absolutely insane to me. There's so many people out there who's siding with genocide. So many psychopaths. So many fucking murderers and terrorist supporters and sympathizers. It's absolutely insane to me. So, that's what's happening. I feel I wanted to share my point on that. And it needs to be heard. People need to voice their opinion and absolutely side with the oppressed, which is the Palestinian people. People need to be loud with this because it doesn't seem like it's going to end anytime soon. They are committed in wiping the Palestinians off the map and taking their land, more of their land. They have been doing it in West Bank, and West Bank doesn't have Hamas, and they've still been killing people in the West Bank and taking more of their land. The fact that that this is a clear indication they do not want peace is the fact they keep building illegal settlements. That is so clear to any rational mind, any objective mind with no bias that sees that, know right away these people have no intentions in peaceful resolutions or in a two-state solutions or any type of solution. They want to take the Palestinians, the Palestine land. They want to continue to occupy Palestine. The just wipe Palestine off the map and take the rest of their lands. And steal the rest of their lands. This woman who was a hostage, a very old lady that went viral for shaking hands with a member of Hamas, who went out and she did a press conference. She spoke to the press and told her experience during the captivity, that she wasn't mistreated, and she said the other hostages weren't mistreated. She's facing backlash from the Israeli terrorist government. They're very pissed off at her. But in that interview, she said something very interesting. She said that there was an alert by the IDF 3 weeks before the attack, that they knew that the attack was going to happen. And there was a fire of, something about a field that was caught on fire, and there was no response from the IDF or anything like that, and that they were nowhere to be found during the attack. Somehow Hamas was able to penetrate one of the most secured places in the world, and for 6 hours kill innocent civilians and take over 200 people as hostages. And of course people are talking about this. People are questioning this is as if they're bringing up points that this might have been a plan from the very beginning to commit genocide on the Palestinian people, that somehow Hamas and the IDF had some type of an agreement. And you know, some people are even saying about Netanyahu, because there's a conflict going on within Israel. Prime Minister, I'm not really sure what's really going on. All I understand is there is some type of tension between political tension with the civilians and Netanyahu or something like that, and somehow this is Netanyahu's plan, and he was able to make an agreement with Hamas to allow the space to be open for them to enter and commit the atrocities they did for some political gain that Netanyahu expects or some shit. I don't know. The point here is, it sounds strange, and a lot of people agree with that. A lot of people are suspect some type of false flag, some type of inside job that happened with that. But you be the judge, guys. I honestly think that is it seems accurate, because how the fuck were they able to enter this most secured place in the world? Like, it's and this is we talking about Hamas, right? In Gaza, they have little to no resources. Somehow they're able to build freaking rockets. In fact, a pro-Israeli official, I think he is an Israeli official, was asked about this. How were they able to build rockets? Oh, because we gave them material like metal and shit. But how did they get the knowledge to build rockets? You control that region. Literally, you control that region. There's no, they're governing themselves. You control what goes into Gaza. You control their electricity, their fuel, everything that goes into Gaza. You control it. So how were they able to create all these hundreds of rockets that's being flown, which a lot of them don't even freaking work, and that's how they justify it? Oh, they make it themselves. That's why they don't work. How were they able to make it? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Where did they get the equipment from? Like, it's insane. A lot of suspicious shit. So yeah, I kind of believe that. I believe that, so maybe Netanyahu, maybe the military, the government, did have some type of agreement with the leaders of Hamas, because I think Hamas was created by Israel. I think they were, again, and either way you look at it, somehow they were the result of Israel. They are the baby child of Israel somehow, in some way. So, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. And also stand by Palestine, and support the Palestinian people. They are suffering. Let's pray for the Palestinian people. Pray that the suffering ends. It doesn't seem that it's going to end anytime soon. I hope not. I hope nothing happens. But tensions are high. China's getting involved. Iran is getting involved. America's getting involved. Russia's getting involved. Countries are getting involved. It seems like we're heading to a massive catastrophe. God forbid anything happens, but just pray, guys. Just pray. What else can we do? Just pray. And that's all I gotta say. Peace.